Good morning, everybody. Richard Fulmer here, and welcome to another Richard's Rock Rambles from a beautiful, sunnyish kind of day here in Cape Town, autumn day. It's getting colder in the mornings now, so winter's well on the way. So this morning we're going to chat about another lesser-known live album from those great Canadian progsters, Rush. Sadly, no longer going since the departure or the death of Neil Peart. But we're going to go all the way back to 1974 when the band first started. And this was an album done at the Agora Ballroom in Cleveland, Ohio on the 26th of August 1974. So prior to this live recording, they'd released one album. That was with the original drummer, John Rutsey. He didn't last much longer than that album. I think he had some health issues, plus didn't want to do all the traveling. Of course, Neil Peart joined the band then, and the rest is history because they became their main songwriter, brilliant drummer. So it's him. He was there on drums, Alex Lifeson on guitar, and a bit of background vocals, and Geddy Lee on bass and lead vocals with that really high-pitched voice that he had right in the beginning of Rush's career. So what is the album we're chatting about? Like I said, Agora Ballroom, Cleveland, Ohio, 26th of August, 1974. Rush ABC, Agora Ballroom, Cleveland, hence the ABC, 1974. And this is previously unreleased, so this is the first time this was released. It's on a very small label called Left Field Media, and it was released in 2011. So there's a great live shot of the band, both playing their double neck guitars there. There's Alex Lifeson, and that's Geddy Lee with his, looks like a Rickenbacker double neck that he's playing. And right at the back there is Neil Peart. So Neil Peart, I'm never quite sure how you say his surname. He wasn't long with the band when this concert happened. Although I don't think these photographs are actually from that period. I think this is a bit further on. So this might just be a stock photograph that they've used. And there's another shot of the guys. There's Neil Peart at the back with his drum kit. Much smaller drum kit to what he would eventually go on and have. He had numerous drum kits throughout Rush's career. Let's see if there's anything else I can show you. This is supposedly a deluxe edition, although there's nothing much really inside that I can show you, so I don't know how deluxe it is. There are 15 tracks all in all, with 3 bonus tracks on here. So the first tracks 1 to 12 are from the Agora Ballroom in Cleveland on the 26th of August 1974, and then tracks 13 to 15 are from the same place in May 1975. So there's a few tracks, the last 3 tracks on here are from their second album, which was that one there, Fly By Night, the first album to feature Neil Peart. There he is in the middle there, Alex Lifeson, Geddy Lee. And the first album was this one, simply called Rush. And this was the original drummer, if you can see him there in the middle, John Rutsey. And there's Alex Lifeson and Geddy Lee, looking very young, all in their late teens or early 20s, I think. And so most of the tracks on here are from that first album, with a few as yet unreleased tracks from Fly By Night, the second album, which they were trying out in the audience. And I must say, the recording of this is pretty good. So let's see if there's anything else I can show you inside here. So as far as the sound goes and everything, the songs, they were still finding their feet here. They hadn't become the finished article yet. A lot of their early music was influenced by bands like Zeppelin. They were big Zeppelin fans. And obviously Zeppelin in 74 were really happening, 73, 74. So they influenced a lot of bands. I don't think there's much more that I can show you inside here. It just tells you the whole story of the concert and how it came to be. There's a couple of live shots there. They played a lot of high schools in the early days in Canada. You know, they have to pay your way in the early days. You weren't playing the big arenas just yet. You were still finding your feet and getting a following. So it pretty much tells you all about it here. It goes back, and then the radio stations that were playing their music and the tracks that were on here. So let's just see what the tracks are. But you can hear what a difference Neil Peart made to the sound. Um, Adventurous drummer. Even in these early days, his drumming was exceptional. Finding My Way, The Best I Can. I just want to see how many tracks are from here, from this first album. So Finding My Way is from here. The Best I Can. I think that was a previously unreleased track. Or was that on Fly By Night? Best I Can was on Fly By Night. So they were trying out a few new tracks. Need Some Love, In the End, Fancy Dancer. I don't think that was previously on any album. In the Mood, that was a track from here. Bad Boy, Here Again, Working Man. Now that was one of their very first hits, early hit for Rush. I think that was played by a certain DJ in Canada. She decided to give the band a bit of a push, and she kept playing that track, and they got quite a following in Canada. I think they ended up supporting Kiss, one of the early bands that they supported. Then there's a drum solo from Neil Peart. Brilliant drum solo. I mean, he never did bad drum solos. Early morning, it's time for coffee. Cheers. What You're Doing, and then Garden Road. I think Garden Road was another track that didn't appear on their first album, so that was kind of unreleased. Then the bonus tracks are Anthem, Beneath, Between and Behind, and Fly By Night, the title track from that album. So yeah, it's pretty much early Rush. As I said, I was quite surprised by the quality of the recording, and it's about 68 minutes approximately. So it's quite a lengthy concert. 15 tracks, and there's 3 bonus. 12 plus 3, it's 15. So if you can get a hold of this, if it's still in print, I'm not too sure. I got this from a friend of mine in the UK. He sent this through to me. I was really quite chuffed to get this. And as I said, it says deluxe, but I mean, that's the CD inside there. There's not really much in the way of photographs. It does tell you a bit about the whole, how it came about and what have you, but yeah, maybe one day they'll have a re-release of this with a bit more information. It comes in a little slip packet like that, which looks exactly the same. There we go. Great Canadian progsters, Rush. Sadly, no longer around. I believe that Geddy Lee's book is going to be coming out in a month or so's time, so that'll be something to look forward to. I think it's called Geddy Lee, My Effing Life, which is quite funny. And another book to look out for that's coming out, I think, in May of next month, is Geezer Butler's book. Finally, he's releasing a book about his life. Will be really interesting, seeing as he was the main songwriter in Black Sabbath. Because you've already had books from Ozzy, you've had books from Tony Iommi, you haven't had anything from Bill Ward. That's another man who needs to write his story. There we go, Rush, ABC Live 1974. I'll catch you guys again soon. Have yourselves a great week. Down below, give me any comments. It'd be great to hear from you if you're a Rush fan or not. And thumbs up would be great. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll catch you soon. Cheers.